Welcome. Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Jennifer, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community. We call the daily Bible reading our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Choosing to engage in the discipline of lectionary readings takes us through a great deal of scripture over a 3-year cycle. To be honest, there's lots that would get set aside without a framework to explore beyond our favorite stories, psalms, and proof texts. Today is Wednesday, May the 14th, 2025, and we're in the 4th week of the season of Easter. And the lectionary reading for today is one that I might normally skip over. So I'm grateful for the encouragement to dive a little deeper into something that I wouldn't naturally gravitate toward. The lectionary reading is from the Gospel of Jesus Christ according to John. Now, the stories from John are written down when John is in his final years, reflecting back on his life and on the experiences he shared with Jesus. And I wonder if maybe he sat down with a friend, maybe with Mary, the mother of Jesus, as they talked about their experiences. But it was John's commitment that he wouldn't write anything in his book that he hadn't seen with his own eyes or heard with his own ears. So we can place him in every scene in this telling of the good news of Jesus. Relationship with Jesus changed John's life. It helped him transform from a person who was known as a son of thunder to someone whom called himself the one that Jesus loved. I wonder, what transformations has Jesus brought into your life? Now, if we want to understand what's happening in today's reading, we have to scroll back a few verses to where Jesus identifies himself as the Good Shepherd. For some people who've been in challenging situations and have encountered Jesus as a source of transformation and change, Jesus is a great comfort. Jesus' reassurance that he's a good shepherd who does miracles in the Father's name and that he and the Father are one, oh, that's a great comfort for some. But for those who have felt no need for the help of Jesus, or who were holding so tightly to the way that things had always been, Jesus' certainty about his connection and unity with the Father were blasphemy. And in the Hebrew tradition, blasphemy or cursing God was an offense punishable by death, usually by stoning. A human claiming to be like God or one with God was a form of blasphemy. The religious leaders had already tried once to stone Jesus. And in our reading for today, John 10:31-42, the religious leaders were again picking up stones, ready to take Jesus' life because Jesus said he was one with the Father. Even as they picked up stones, Jesus said to them, "I've done many good works from the Father. Which of these good works are you killing me for?" Well, they answered, "We're not trying to kill you because of any good works that you did, but because you speak against God. You're only human, but you say you're the same as God." Jesus quoted Hebrew scripture back to those religious leaders, saying that when the great leader Joshua was there, there were no kings, But God appointed judges to be like God to the people. And the Hebrew people had no problem with that. The religious authorities actually had no problem with that. But Jesus continues, I am doing what my Father wants me to do. But not even Jesus could convince those religious authorities to believe. They reached out again to capture him, to stone him. But Jesus escaped from them and went back across the Jordan River. Many people came to Jesus and believed in Jesus. In this liturgical season of Easter, the season of transformation and change, we can be paying attention to new life. So I wonder, are there parts of you that are excited to enter into transformation and change? Are there parts of you that want to pick up stones and aim them at Jesus for bringing something new into your life? Perhaps you feel resistance from those around you as you enter into the conversations about how you might to follow in Jesus' new way. Jesus didn't fight those who were against him, but he also didn't walk into their grasp. He slipped away and went to the Jordan River, where he would be welcomed. As we navigate the challenges and conflicts, both inside and outside, may we too take time to slip away and be with Jesus on the banks of the river. God bless you.